All right, today we're jumping into a really fascinating research peptide. This thing seems to do it all. It connects our skin, our appetite, and yeah, even our libido. We're talking about melanotan 2. Doesn't that sound like something straight out of a sci-fi movie? Get this, a sunscreen, an aphrodisiac, and a diet aid, all packed into one single molecule. It's this incredible, almost unbelievable profile that's made melanotan 2 such a hot topic for researchers.
So what's the deal? How can one tiny molecule do so much? Well, to figure that out, we've got to start at the beginning. What exactly is melanotan 2?
Okay, so melanotan 2, or MT2 as we'll call it, isn't some strange compound from another planet. It's basically a synthetic twin, an analog, of a hormone our own bodies make called alpha melanocyte stimulating hormone, or alpha MSH. You can think of it like a souped-up version of our natural hormone, designed in a lab to be stronger and last longer. It's a super messenger for our body.
Right, so that still begs the question, how does one peptide pull off so many different jobs? The best way to think about it is with a really simple but powerful analogy. Imagine that melanotan 2 is like a master key, and this key is designed to unlock a whole bunch of different systems all over our body. And here they are. The locks are called melanocortin receptors. We've got 5 main types, MC1 through MC5, and they're not all in one place. They're spread out everywhere, each one controlling something totally different. For example, the MC1 receptor in your skin, that's what handles tanning. But the MC3 and MC4 receptors, which are deep in your brain, they're influencing things like your appetite and even sexual arousal. See? All different jobs.
Okay, so here's the secret sauce. In scientific terms, MTTI is a non-selective agonist. Now that sounds complicated, but it's not. Agonist just means it activates something. It's the thing that turns the key in the lock. But the really important part is non-selective. That's the magic word. It means this one key, our MTTI, doesn't just fit one lock. It fits all of them. It can go around and unlock every single one of those different receptors, starting a chain reaction of effects all over the body.
So now we understand the master key. Let's see what happens when we actually start using it, shall we? We'll start with the effects that really made this peptide famous in the first place.
Believe it or not, the whole journey with melanotan 2 started with a pretty specific goal. Could scientists create something that would kickstart the body's own built-in sunscreen to protect against UV rays?
And you know what? The research showed it could. By unlocking that MC1R receptor in the skin, MT2 actually boosted melanin production. That's the stuff that makes you tan. And here's the wild part. It did this even without any sun exposure. In the lab, this meant skin was less likely to have those nasty phototoxic reactions, and it just became tougher against UV stress overall.
This really flips the idea of sun protection on its head, doesn't it? We're so used to slathering on sunscreen and external shield. But this is about flicking a switch inside your body, turning on its own biological defense system. It's protection from the inside out.
But here's where the story takes a really interesting turn. While the scientists were busy studying the skin effects, they noticed something they absolutely were not expecting. It turned out that while the master key was unlocking skin protection, it was also unlocking pathways in the brain related to sexual arousal. So naturally, this led to more studies, and they started documenting all sorts of these pro-sexual effects. In men, they saw things like enhanced erectile response, even spontaneous erections. And it wasn't just for men. In women, the research pointed to increased sexual desire and a stronger connection between, the mind and body when it came to arousal.
And believe it or not, the story still isn't over. It turns out this master key fits even more locks. Locks that control some of our most core systems, like our metabolism and how our brain works. So by turning those keys in the MC3 and MC4 receptors, which, remember, are in the brain's hypothalamus, MT2 taps right into the body's mission control center for energy and appetite. It's pretty direct. Now, this research is still pretty early, but what they found is really intriguing. For example, in some studies, subjects ate less but didn't feel all that distressed about it. Plus, researchers saw improvements in things like fat oxidation markers and how the body responds to super important hormones like insulin and leptin. And if all that wasn't enough, the research is even starting to hint at deeper roles for MT2 right inside the central nervous system itself, getting into areas like inflammation and maybe even our mood.
I mean, the potential range here is just wow. We're talking about preclinical studies suggesting it could calm down inflammatory signals in the brain, maybe tweak mood by interacting with dopamine pathways, and possibly even help reduce pain. It's this incredible versatility that makes it such a powerful tool for scientists. Okay, so after hearing about all these incredible potential effects, we have to take a big step back and ground ourselves in reality. This next part is absolutely critical, so listen up. This number right here, it says everything you need to know. 0. That's how many approved uses there are for Melanotan 2 in humans. Despite anything you might have seen or read online, it is not approved for tanning, not for libido, not for anything. It is a research chemical, full stop. And here's exactly why. Because it's still just a research compound, there's a lot we don't know. The fine print is really important. In studies, people have reported temporary side effects like getting a flushed face or feeling a little nauseous. Plus, its effects are super dependent on the dose, which has to be just right. And the biggest thing, we just don't have the data on what it does to people in the long term. That book hasn't been written yet. So what's the right way to think about Melanotan 2 then? I think this quote really nails it. It's not really about just getting a tan. It's more like a special key that lets scientists peek inside and see how our body's own incredibly complex communication systems work. Ultimately, the real value of MT2 isn't what it does, but what it teaches us. It's a perfect example of just how connected everything in our bodies really is. I mean, who would have thought that the same pathway could connect the color of your skin with the wiring in your brain? It's amazing. And that's really the big takeaway. The story of this one peptide kind of forces us to think bigger, doesn't it? If this one master key can unlock so many different doors in our body, you just have to wonder, what other master keys to our own biology are still out there, just waiting for us to find them?